recently we had the Battlefield 6 beta and 2 weekends of it. So my question to a lot of people are, did you enjoy it? Was it fun? What was your most favorite part about it? The reason why you're watching this video, honestly, I don't know why, but you're watching it, so that's fine. But I don't know exactly how I'm going to go about this. I'm kind of an average person who likes Battlefield. I really enjoyed 5, 4, and 3 were good, but I didn't really play much of anything other than that. So, I mean, I don't even have the Bad Company days. I don't have none of that. So, I guess in my experience, I'm going to compare this to 5, 3, and 4. I definitely played more 4 and 5 for sure. 5 was my favorite, and I know a lot of people are probably going to crucify me on just that alone. But I didn't play 5 when it came out. I played it later in its lifespan where the game was actually pretty decent and fun. So, I mean, that's the way I go from it. Played 2042 when it came out. Played the beta. It was not good. I refunded it. That's how bad it was. I did not like it. But so far, Battlefield 6 beta was pretty fun. I did enjoy both weekends. Played Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Played those days. By the way, I have probably 20 hours of footage somehow. It's probably going to be clipped down way less. But I'm going to upload those as shorts, so if you do want to watch some actual nice shots or funny moments, I'll have shorts for those. I'm not an insane video gamer or anything like that. Played a lot of Siege, played a lot of GTA, Minecraft, things like that. So I'm varied. Some things are fun, some things aren't fun. You know how they are. I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna get to it. Battlefield 6. I think it's back. I think Battlefield's back. The maps are okay. For the beta, I'm hoping that these were just some maps that they just were give them something to play on, give them a little taste of the differences. The first weekend only had 3 maps, and then the second weekend featured 1 new map. I heard a lot of people are kind of divided on that one. I thought it was fun. The only map I really didn't like is the really open mountainside map. You know, the maps were okay. 2, 3 maybe of the 4 were good to play on. Cairo was good. The city map at second weekend was good. I knew what they're called, but now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I don't know. They're fun. I don't think the maps are nearly big enough. I really do feel like they're trying to just be slightly bigger than Call of Duty maps, and it's just not. No, I'm used to playing on a Battlefield. You know what it's called for. So I would hope, and I swear I would love for new maps, bigger maps. I've stayed away from leaks, so I don't know if there are bigger or cooler maps at all. But maps wise, they're pretty okay. You know, got some good angles on some things, got some fun. I'll probably have a clip of all the different maps, at least some gameplay. Game modes. This is kind of one of those places that I think there's a lot of contention on. Some I wouldn't say arguing, because I think most people feel the same way. Unfortunately, Battlefield decided that they don't want to back down from open class gameplay for some reason. I know 2042 had a version of that. Like I said, I didn't really play that, so I don't know everything about it. But there are operators, or classes, I mean. Apologize. There are classes in the game, so there's Assault, Engineer, Support, and Recon. For the most part, they're pretty enjoyable. I think I had all of them. I didn't really play much of Assault. I felt Assault was kind of just meh, but I also didn't like the noob tubes, so I didn't really use them. But going back to it, open class, we played that on the first weekend, and I think the first day we played, I don't think we won a single game. Not a single one. Playing the open maps. Now, I don't know, Could have just been because everyone was playing and everyone was new, and unfortunately we just got bad teams. You know, got just on a bad team. You know, things happen like that. Second, Saturday when we played, we did find out that there was a closed weapon, and that was so much more enjoyable. Like, just having the closed class just meant certain people didn't play certain ways. We didn't have, you know, everyone just hovered around the same guns in the opening class, it felt like. So it just wasn't fun. Like, I mean, you get to be a support with a sniper. So you get ammo and healing anytime you want. Kind of not cool, you know. Kind of annoying. So, I definitely am one of those people who thought closed was far better than open class. I feel like most people would agree. I mean, if you don't agree, go ahead, tell me in the comments. Let me know why you like open class. Maybe I don't see something. I mean, the only thing I liked about it is that I could have frag grenades on my support. But then I eventually kept using smokes. I'm like, you know what? I like smokes because they're really helpful for pushing and not dying. So, I mean, in my opinion, I enjoyed that. Conquest is fun. Breakthrough is fun. I didn't play any Rush because I heard there's a lot of issues, and it was only 12v12. So I didn't really care to play it. I didn't play any King of the Hill. I didn't play Squad Deathmatch. I wanted to play Battlefield. I didn't really care about these other game modes. I just wanted Conquest and Breakthrough. And I did want Rush, but it's kind of boring. Or sounded boring, so didn't play it. After that, you know, think of guns in the game. They seemed pretty okay. It was a choice on how they decided to give us which guns for the beta. Like, they only gave us the one sniper. My one friend was not having that sniper, didn't like it. Personally, I felt like the sniper was pretty good. I was hitting shots. You know, I was hitting some heads, clicking some dome. I don't know if that's a good way to say that, but I thought it was fun. Carbines were pretty fun. There's quite a few different ones. SGX, the only SMG I used because it was busted and it was fun. ARs, I didn't really use them because, again, I didn't play much Assault, so that was okay. The shotgun, busted, OP. I used it. It was dog shit. I sucked with it. I don't know if that was just me or if there's attachments that people had. I don't know. That's whatever. I mean, I feel in total that I really feel like this Battlefield feels like Battlefield. If you liked 3 and 4, you're really going to like this one. It's very close. I mean, obviously, they're still going to push forward and try and, like, you know, innovate, because obviously they need to appease their shareholders, and if they just released Battlefield 6 and it was the same thing as 4, it wouldn't be good. Like, they wouldn't like it. Even though we would probably like it. Maybe we wouldn't. I don't know. It all depends. They're on the right track. It's definitely on the right track. That's what I can say. As a ordinary gamer, person who's kind of just average at Battlefield, kind of just plays the, you know, when my friends want to play it. I don't really ever play it by myself too much. I think it's really good. It's very close to what it should be, at least at this point. I'm hoping they don't, like, force open class on people. Honestly, I wish they would just get rid of it. Just keep closed class. I don't know why they're trying to be Call of Duty in this sense. Just leave it as closed class. It would just be so much better. So much better. But, you know, they have their reasons for why they want to do things. I don't know what they are. They're dumb. Vehicles, though, however, weren't something I really enjoyed in this game. But I've also never really been too much in vehicles. Battlefield 5 was about the only time I cared about the vehicles. That's when airplanes were just fun. They're fun. You know, you got in with a buddy and you just controlled the skies half the time. So they're fun then. 3 and 4, I never really used the vehicles, so I didn't even get to experience the jets. Every time I got on the map that had the jets, someone was always in them, so I never got to experience those. However, I know there's lots of complaints about the helicopter. Me and my friend tried flying the helicopter several times, and it's just maybe I'm just bad. It's very possible, but using your mouse to like move forward, left and right, and and then WASD to tilt, just is not. It's not a good way to fly to me, so I did not like it. Some people, I'm sure, do like it, but I know a lot of people complained that the flying was terrible. The helicopter was bad. But I'm sure there's other people that thought it was really good. My one friend did pretty good with it, but we'd always get shot out of the sky before too long. It was very weak, not very good. Tanks, the LFV, pretty decent. They're nice. They don't take a lot of damage. Probably a good thing. You got some engineers on you. They're really good. There's a couple times where I know we took points just because we had engineers like healing us while we sat on the objective with the tank. So those are fairly good. The little buggies, I never used them, so I have no idea. Don't even care about them. But otherwise, I felt like vehicles were in a good place. Some were a little weak. Some could use some help. If you're playing an engineer, stay with your tank. If you're driving the tank, try not to let your engineers die because they're keeping you alive. Engineer keeps the tank alive keeps the engineer alive. That's how it works. Protect your tanks. But also, if you're a tank driver, don't sit and spawn. Don't sit 5,000 feet away from the objective getting kills. Please stop. Please don't do that. While we're talking about that, why were so many people concerned about meta loadouts in the beta? It's a beta. Have fun. Use every gun. Calm down. Couple of other gripes I've had. I felt like a lot of the guns were really bad until they got attachments. Yeah, you might be sitting there like, well, duh, they're supposed to be bad until you get attachments. But I mean, like, attachments should just aid you. They shouldn't make the gun. This is a thing Call of Duty's fallen into as well, and other FPSs. But like, my gun should be good, and then my attachment should be a better sight, a suppressor, flash hider, that type of thing to do that. Maybe a grip to, change the recoil. But I mean, like, you got the ammo types that do extra headshot damage and all that. I feel like they were necessary on some guns. If you didn't use them, they were bad. If you didn't use any of the recoil things to lessen it, it's bad. Like, obviously I don't want every gun to play the same. But, the AK, I can't remember what the things were on it. The carbine AK, like, that thing was unusable until I got attachments. And then I got the high damage headshot bullets, and that thing was nuts. That thing was amazing. I loved it. First weekend played the LMGs and they were awful. The second weekend I was playing the LMGs and I liked them. So I mean, like, I feel like once you get the attachments, they make the gun, and I just don't think that's good. But I'm not a game dev, and maybe not doing it that way makes it so the guns some guns are you just don't use them. Like back in the day, you didn't use certain guns over other ones because they were awful. I remember Black Ops 2. You wouldn't use half the SMGs because the MSMC was the best one. You didn't use the PDW unless you wanted to get the diamond skin. Type things like that. Again, I thought it was a choice that some of the weapons came out. Like, you only had the one sniper, you only had the one pistol, so it's like, why? Some people are better with a different type of sniper. Some, maybe a different pistol would have been better. Been cool. Class-wise, I did feel like they also didn't really give you a lot. Like, I mean, the support class was literally only a shield and an ammo bag. They had no other options. I believe Assault only had the airburst and a stim. I keep calling it an airburst because that's what I think of it. It's a grenade launcher. However, you could switch the grenade launcher, and then I guess the second weekend they allowed you to have both if you wanted. My one friend was going crazy with that. He thought that was fun and the best thing ever. I definitely think support needs an adjustment. I don't see a reason to play anything other than recon for spawn beacons and engineer to destroy the vehicles. After that, go back to support. You get to revive everyone. You get a bag that helps you heal faster and gives you ammo, which ammo is a big thing in this game because you do not get a lot. You do not get a lot. You get, I think, certain weapons get 2 or 3 extra mags if you're lucky. So, like, you don't get a lot. So, I feel like that's just a jack of all trades. It does too much. It does too much. I don't know if you fix that by putting the ammo on assault or something. I don't know. Again, depends on how the game's made. I had some complaints with the time to kill, or the time to TTD. I can't remember what the D stood for exactly. Seemed a little better in the second weekend, so I think they did fix it a little bit, so that's good. Overall, you know, long story short, Battlefield 6 is a step in the right direction. It's definitely got what it needs to carry Battlefield to be bigger and better than it was, and other FPSs should be afraid because Battlefield sat down, learned their mistakes, and put their money where their mouth was and made a great game. A return to form, I guess I would say. A return to form. There's issues. Of course there's issues. Every company is going to do things that not everyone's going to like, and, you know, that's how it is. But this is a step in the right direction. If you got burned by 2042, I'm not going to tell you to pre-order this game. Do not pre-order this game, for the love of God. Don't pre-order the game. If you did already, whatever. You know, you enjoyed it, so go ahead and get it. But I'm telling you, pay attention when the game comes out in October. See if anything saying has changed, and if not, I'm telling you, it's probably worth the $70 or whatever it is now. If you enjoyed Battlefield, there's a high likely chance you'll enjoy this one. Battlefield 6 is officially a good step in the right direction. I definitely will pick the game up if I've heard nothing wrong has happened. You know, if you enjoyed Battlefield 3, 4, 1, and 5, it's a weird way to say that, but that was the most recent ones before 2042. I guarantee you'll probably enjoy this one. And, you know, there's been a bunch of videos like this, and I think most people say the same thing. It's pretty good. So, if you are interested in the game, I definitely tell you, Battlefield 6 is worth the buy.